Hello. Well,
Hello.
welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, yes, hello, you too. I was saying hello to everybody. Um,
Okay.
yes. Hello to Hedgehog Radio again. And this time I'll be chatting with, not to, John. Hello, John.
Hello. You could chat to me as well. Is there a distinction?
I think there is. We've been through that in earlier episodes where it's like I don't
Uh,
I talk a lot, and I'm trying to kind of more like listen.
ah, that
So
means I would have to talk, doesn't it? Otherwise, there'd be an uneasy silence.
well, that's what the drawing is for. So,
Good.
see, this is my solution, literally. This is like, I wish that that's just how socializing worked. I don't have to do eye contact, I can draw. Nobody has to
Yes.
talk.
Nobody.
No, we don't
Although
really. Well, a little bit. But if nobody does, it's also
people
fine.
know that their computer hasn't broken.
Yes, that is true.
Talk to reassure them that the audio is still working.
So, first of all, this is your piece of paper, which I'm going to fill.
Yes.
That's how long it's going to take. And I'll draw a picture of you first. As an animal, you can be any animal that you like. I'll try to make it a bear. Brilliant. I'll try to make it look a bit like you, but it might not.
That's okay. Not looking like me is a benefit for pretty much anything, I think.
Oh, see, no, I don't
the
think
only...
so.
Oh, well.
I think I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Eyes.
You already look
Yeah.
surprised. I don't know why.
Well, I often am.
That's true. I mean,
I'm quite startled.
might give you a bit of hairdo here.
This is something I've given consideration to, and since I like sort of overeating and growling and lying in the sun. Actually, do I like lying in the sun? It's such a long time since I've done it. I don't know.
Difficult,
Definitely,
isn't it?
generally being lazy and growly sometimes. That seems to be bearish. Although that stuff with the fish.
Might just maybe. Do you want glasses?
Entirely up to you. I don't wear them much at the moment.
Oh, not then. That's quite good because then I won't forget to draw them all the time. What kind of?
I mean, I am now. I'm wearing my computer glasses now. I wear my computer glasses when I'm at the computer, and then because of the masks, they steam up. So if I go outside, I don't wear my glasses, so everything's a blur. I wear my normal glasses like at weekends to see the television.
Yeah.
Because I only watch television at weekends.
I think
And
I
then,
might.
yeah, sorry.
No. I'm just thinking. In that case, I might leave them off for now. I'm just giving you a shirt. Is a shirt okay? Do you want a tie?
Yes. Yes, but give me a tie. I haven't worn a tie in ages, but give me a tie anyway because
I mean,
I like to feel that I'd be wearing a tie.
this is only what you want to be drawn as. So it's like it could be. I could put you in anything. Do you want to? Do you want a jacket as well, or?
I don't know. I must admit, I'm always I'm kind of always intrigued to find out rather than have any fixed opinion about these.
I see how this is going. Well,
But if people sort of say about things, what's this thing about? I don't know. I mean, if it's I will. If it's something I wrote down, it's something that I wrote down to find out.
yes,
About
that's what I'm doing here too.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Oh, look, you're getting a bit pink in this one.
Yeah,
It must have been a slightly pink.
Obviously, it's good.
Yeah, surprising.
Wow.
So good. So this is fine. While I'm colouring you in, if this is...
Yeah.
Do you feel... Can you be this bear? Is it okay? Is this an okay bear?
It's a good bear.
Can you feel like that? That's good. If this bear can represent you, you absolutely...
Yeah.
You can say... If there's anything that could be changed about this bear that would make it more representative, like I could make the tie like blue or stripy.
Well, I don't know if you know. I have an accumulation of ties which I used to wear all the time.
I know, but I can't remember any of them, so I'm just gonna do a blue one.
No, me neither. They're all in a box. I mean, it's something else. I mean, glasses. I haven't been wearing glasses. Haven't been wearing ties. It's all post lockdown.
That's probably.
But maybe I should.
I don't know.
I started wearing them when I did, because it was a job that I needed to do, and I definitely had to do the job. And I realized that I was going to have to pretend that I was working in an office.
Oh,
So I went to, Oxfam, or one of the charity shops on the Old Kent Road, Walworth Road, and bought sort of office type clothes and some cheap ties, and
yeah.
then dressed as though I was in an office, so that it got me into the right state of mind. And then I realized, oh, this is quite good. It organizes me when I tie the thing around my neck. I feel more kind of
Yeah, I feel that's
together.
often kind of probably the entry point to office,
That's
whereas
it.
to at least pretend to work in an office.
Yes.
I tend to wear lipstick when I have to do very difficult work. Anyway, not about me.
No.
So I
I
should.
don't.
Yeah, that's but you could.
Maybe I should.
Well, it's
No,
worth
I don't
trying.
want to go down that rabbit hole.
It's worth trying at least once. So generally, I've got to think of a question to ask you, and there's one that's been on my mind that I thought I wanted to ask the next question, the next person, which is it's not so much the question. It's just, do you want to talk about things that glow in the dark?
I don't know that I'm just trying to remember when the last time I even thought about things that glow in the dark were. I remember it being something that was very exciting in 1974.
Well, that would be ideal. I'd love to start. I'd love to start there. I mean, like memories of things that glow in the dark would be absolutely ideal.
Well, I had, what is it? There was just these various things that sort of, it was this uh, like you could get sort of plastic kits of monsters, and there would be glow in the dark bits. So, like, glow in the dark hands, which I don't know. It wasn't as if it was like it would be a mummy with a glow in the dark hand. It's not like the actual mummy had glow in the dark hand. It wasn't really something the Egyptians were capable of, I don't think. Glow in
Probably
the dark.
not. I was going to say maybe they were, but you know what? I don't think they were. I don't think they were. What's
No, I
just the
mean,
one
they could do.
hand? Literally.
Maybe it wasn't hands, maybe it was something else. But it
That
was this
sounds
this
right.
thing, and it's like it was a gimmick, and so it had to be sort of fit into the. Or maybe I'm making that up. This is the terrible, terrible problem that, because I do remember the glow in the dark thing, and I remember it being either a mummy or a werewolf, and then thinking, well, what bit of it would glow?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe the head, maybe the hands. But then they kind of go, well, it was a very long time ago. Maybe you're just filling this in with your what passes for imagination.
I
I
think
don't know, but
I'm going to do some glow in the dark hands here.
there's some glow in the dark. Oh, what have I got that glows in the dark? Oh, I've got a glow in the dark skull. Um, I
Yes?
mean, not my skull. I don't think. I haven't really had a chance to verify whether it's glow in the dark or not.
It might be.
I don't, and obviously I never will. Someone else might, but I never will be able to verify whether my skull glows in the dark. But I have a plastic one which I got for at Halloween in about 1988 in a corner shop, and I thought, oh, that's quite cool, and I've hung on to it ever since. And I'd completely forgotten when it was glow in the dark, except it's sort of sitting in the corridor, and I turned the light on, and there was this skull glowing, and I go, oh, I'd forgotten that was glow in the dark. It rather surprised me and freaked me out for a moment there. It was a glowing skull, which, generally speaking, you don't want, do you? Glowing
No,
skull.
generally not. I don't. No.
Except that, obviously, because I bought it. But then I was in a rather confused state of mind in 1988, so who knows what I intended. There it is. It's
It is. Oh no.
but
Brought my pencil.
it's very exciting, isn't it? But you have to kind of hold it under a light for ages.
Well, or keep it on. Oh my gosh, yes, I know that kind of toy. Yes, I had one like that. This is where we get the whole technical interest of how to draw glowy things. This is obviously what I'm in for here. Maybe like this? No, it doesn't work. I can just say this is an intensely old bottle of Delita White imported from Japan, I think, in possibly at least 10 years ago. So it's
Wow.
doing well. It's doing well.
Yeah. Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Hands. Oh yes, hands. Maybe it wasn't hands. I just remember them being. It's a very odd thing. It's one of those sort of before there were computers, we had people had to do all sorts of strange things to excite them and induce novelty. I don't know if it's gone out of fashion. Glow in the dark things and scratch and sniff. I can't
Scratches.
imagine that anybody's bothered with scratch and sniff since the invention of the internet. Why would they? There are much more exciting things.
I
You
feel
know,
like I've
scratch
seen some scratch
smells
and
like
sniff
a bad
things.
strawberry. Yeah.
Oh,
Now the only thing that nowadays, not even strawberries smell like strawberries. At least they don't if you get them from supermarket.
do you try scratching?
Um, doesn't help. Doesn't help. Um,
I do agree. But then maybe I'm
you
just
do.
getting older. You know, like ever since the swine flu, I'm not quite not sure about my powers of sniffitude.
No, no. Well, it's one of those things. It's when I started buying vegetables from the sort of the nice shop that sold kind of properly grown up vegetables. It was just like even quite banal things. You know, eating a carrot. I just sort of peeled it and ate it. And I went, my goodness, I had forgotten that carrots tasted of something.
They do, don't they? I don't find. Is it? Maybe it's banal to eat a carrot. I
Well, I
find
mean,
it's
it's
one
no,
of the most more
it's a carrot,
interesting.
but if I find that if I get vegetables from a sort of a high street supermarket, they don't really taste of anything at all much.
That's true,
They're
especially
just sort of
carrots.
carrots, mushrooms,
Yeah,
strawberries. Strawberries don't really
strawberries.
taste like strawberries.
They do
Gosh,
not.
I'm talking like an old person. I must be an old person.
Maybe I don't know. I think everyone's aged a bit rapidly.
That's how time works.
Oh, that's true. Everyone's just aging all the time.
Yeah, I know.
This is
It's
my
one of the
idea of what a strawberry looks like, by the way. Also, it glows in the
yeah.
dark. Also,
So
my
glowing
light is reflecting into the camera at a bad angle. I'm trying this now.
That would have been wonderful. I mean, they would be very excited about that if they had a meeting. It's a scratch and sniff strawberry that glows in the dark, combining two exciting gimmicks in one.
Yes, I mean, before the internet, that would
Hmm.
have been the thing. Now, I don't know. I mean, it was like a burst of things. Like, do you remember holographic chocolate? That was weird.
Holographic chocolate.
When they worked out how to 3D print chocolate in a way that would actually create a holographic image when you looked at it. Because it's just like
Ah,
you can do that with I mean, the kind of holographic thing. Like, you just kind of
I
tilt
think
your chocolate.
I can't have been paying attention that year because it is the sort of thing that I'm sure I would remember.
I've got a feeling that I
Being
never managed to properly get it into the shops because obviously if it melts a little bit, it's just chocolate.
right.
Mm,
That would be interesting though if they had one that it was like it looked like chocolate, but it was just a hologram, and when you tried to pick it up, you couldn't because it was just a hologram of a
yeah,
chocolate rather than actual chocolate. So
just
that speaks very much to my interest, both chocolate and also holograms.
yes,
The first job I ever had was working in the hologram shop on Oxford High Street.
selling holograms.
Holograms, yes, yes. Well, it was yes.
I'm just,
I
I'm
did sell
just,
a few holograms.
I'm just
I
imagining you
regard.
just kind of going, okay, just tell me, I'll just draw. That's my job. I'll draw.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm I kind of have to. I have to sort of not think at all about what I'm saying, or else I don't say anything at all, because otherwise I get into sort of loops of sort of pre-editing. That means that I'm just kind of standing there in silence,
That's fine. That's when I'm
which is
I'm
fine.
drawing you selling a holographic,
Oh,
See, if I draw you here, it could be the holographic strawberry that you're selling. I think I will just make that happen.
that's good. I don't. I mean, I think in real life there were not real life in my in the hologram shop. I don't think they had any holograms of strawberries, but that was entirely their mistake.
Yeah, or
Uh,
scratch and
they really
sniff
should have.
ones. I mean, are they still in
Yes,
business?
best scratch and sniff. Well, they had all sorts of had all sorts of high-tech tat in the front for people to buy, and in the back they had an exhibition of very expensive holograms. It was this guy who I suppose at some point in the early 80s had seen one and decided it was the future. And I suppose it was in the early 80s, it was a part of the future, but I don't think it stretched much beyond 1988, that particular future. Um,
I wonder.
and they were very, and then in the back, it was sort of very expensive ones that were done on glass, and they were like photographs, and there were some of them were portraits, and they were positively freaky.
What would they be about? Like, of who? What?
Or just people. Oh, that's the other thing. It was sort of random people. It was a strange technology insofar as it went into the let's just do anything phase. Like in the early days of cinema, it would be kind of train arriving at a station or people walking down the street, and this would be the most amazing thing that anyone had ever seen. It went through that phase, but it didn't get to the sort of Citizen Kane phase of holograms, I don't think. Um, or even Charlie Chaplin. I think it just sort of stuck at the train arriving at a station, people walking down the street sort of thing.
I feel like I've seen a good view of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is that you can't use, well, you couldn't at the time use lenses or anything. So you could really only do things that could be induced to stay still, like a subhuman subject, or stayed still of its own accord, like an inanimate object or a stuffed animal. Um, like early photography, really.
Wait, how do you make a hologram? Why do you need something that stays still for a long time? Why?
I used
Oh,
to because
oh, I
people
get
would go
it.
into the shop and ask, but I haven't really thought about it since about 1987. How would you do it? I'd like to say magic, but it probably isn't magic.
Is it like a kind of stereoscopic process in a way?
No, I think it involves prisms. But
Prisms.
as I say, I'm filling in my complete lack of knowledge with a need to answer in some way, and but do a prism anyway because
I'm
I
doing
think,
prism.
yeah. Well, I mean, anything is improved by the presence of a prism. I think probably. I mean, I like to think that it involves prisms. I
Um,
don't know. I'm going to have to look it up.
I'm
I
not even
honestly
sure.
haven't thought about it. I did memorize an explanation in case anybody asks, which occasionally they did.
They would do in the
Um,
shop, wouldn't they? But then you could also make it up, because what's the worst thing that can happen? I like my absolute lack of knowledge of what blue light would break into. I imagine green and yellow.
possibly, possibly. I
Feels
think
right.
yeah. Well, yeah. Oh no, they use lasers. They use lasers. It's very
Yes.
exciting.
Now
That's
we're getting somewhere. Lasers.
I see it. I was going to think, why are they always green? And they were green because they used that was the color of the gas in the laser. Or red would involve a gas that was. I can't remember what they are.
Laser.
God, maybe I never knew. Maybe I just invented something and it sounded convincing.
I think that would be fine.
Um, I don't know. I always feel guilty about that sort of thing.
I don't know. It's working in retail, isn't it?
It is working in retail, but it's just this general thing about you you sort of talking as I am now, trying turning filters off, and so therefore the mouth just starts moving, and you state things with absolute certainty, and then later you realize, no, that's nonsense. You made that up to fill the space. But it's true about the hologram shop. And it's probably true about the lasers.
It
Um,
sounds absolutely right. I think that kind of aligns with it aligns
well,
with my credulity, um,
yeah. Well, no,
credibility.
they did an exhibition at the Science Museum in the late 70s, which is all about lasers because it was the most exciting thing in those days were lasers, and
Mm.
they tried to conceal from people the fact that you probably couldn't cut a spy in half with one,
Oh,
even in 1977, definitely not in 1964.
could you do that
It was
now?
Did you cut a spy in half with a laser?
Yeah, in 2020.
You could try, I suppose. It would. I mean, you could test it. You could do experiments, but obviously you'd need a high-powered laser and a good supply of spies. And
I mean,
I don't know where you get the spies from these days.
I think you could probably model that with just a heck of a lot of steaks or something.
Yes, I mean, you just sort of you'd be sort of wait outside MI6 with a van, and you stick a bag over their head and drag them into the van. Are you a spy? No, I work in the canteen. Then you let them go again, because obviously no one really wants to know what if you could cut a short sort of a chef in half with a laser.
No,
I
that
mean,
would be. What does a
want to
spy
do
do?
that?
Spies just look like other people, so I'm just doing a rabbit.
That's the entire point. If
Yes.
there was anything particularly detectable about them,
How about if you get a spy cutting laser, though, then you could just swipe it across the populace, and then you'd know.
you go to the laser shop and you say, "Oh, what's this one for? Oh,
Yeah.
this is an alarm one. Oh, do you have one you could cut a spy in half with?"
Yes, but only a spy. I've seen
Only a spy.
I've seen something recently. I was looking for a particular kind of laser that you can. Why did I want that? I wanted to see if I can project a grid for a game.
Oh,
Yes. So I wanted to know if you can just project like a grid like that.
Right.
And you can. And you
Yes.
can. And there's a thing that does that. And they're all aimed at ghost hunters. It's ghost hunting equipment specifically.
Okay, that came out of left field. Ghost hunting.
Yeah, ghost hunting.
Why?
Well, I don't
Why
know why people do it. It's just like
No.
you get specialist ghost hunting suppliers who basically supply all your ghost hunting equipment, like particular 360 cameras that you can put in the graveyard or whatever, and microphones.
Okay.
Attuned to ghosts. I don't know how, but they seem to be the only people who kind of sell these, and it's like you just take this and you shine it at. You can imagine if it does a really regular. This is terrible. It's like a really regular grid like that. You shine that at any background, and if anything moves across in the dark, then it wibbles. So if you would like shine it at a dark building, you'd get a grid, and then if somebody would walk in front of it, it would wibble. I don't know why it would wibble when there's a ghost.
That's what I was thinking.
But that's the whole principle, as far as I can tell. I did not get very deep into it. I just basically went, what? And then watched a bit of somebody demonstrating it on YouTube. I tried, but actually they only uploaded a kind of like 12-hour video that said something like something moved past this church, but it was a 12-hour video. I don't know at what hour something moved past the church, basically.
Have they managed to demonstrate conclusively that the lasers are disturbed by ectoplasm?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, without wishing to be excessively skeptical, I can think of one or two reasons why it's doubtful that they've proved beyond doubt that the lasers are disturbed by ectoplasm. But I like to maintain an open mind. But not too open.
I do not claim any. I mean, I literally just wanted some lasers. That's as far as I went on that. So I will not say that.
It's good.
So I can tell.
So was this online or was it an actual shop?
It was online. I googled for. I guessed what a thing like that would be called. Something like laser grid projector or something, and yeah.
Golly, I didn't know there were such things.
Yeah, I thought you'd enjoy that. Maybe. I did not know neither.
I mean, I didn't realise that ghost hunters had specialized supplies shops.
No, there's lots more stuff. I don't know. I can't remember what else they use. You'd think it's probably repackaged.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. I think it's another thing that used to be extraordinarily impressive, but I suppose it still would be. I remember that when I first went to see Hawkwind in 1979. I'm talking an awful lot about ancient history today.
That's good.
Considerably more than I do normally. I don't know why. I
Because
don't
there's
very
not been
often.
anything glowing in the dark recently. That's why.
That's it. It's the glow in the dark thing. It comes from when we had to make our own entertainment, more or less.
Like Hawkwind. You did not
like
make Hawkwind.
No, I didn't make Hawkwind. But they had a laser person. That was quite, because I mean, if you think about it, all it really is a sort of a bright light. But he'd actually worked out how to program it and did all sorts of fancy things with it, and it was quite. It's a laser. That's very modern, which it was in 1979.
Just adding more laser. Oh, this is
Yeah.
now dry enough so I can draw on top of it. I love it.
Excellent.
Check
Add
it
more
out.
laser.
Yeah, always. Oh wow, we can now. This is a new stage. I can now draw on this. This is great.
Wow. So it's not only going to have width, but also depth.
Yeah, it's great.
Layers. That's
Layers, dimensions.
Dimensions.
I can give you a bit of a glow. Anyway, very good, very good.
I like that you're a bit of a glow. Is that an aura then? What you've got there, or is that glow in the dark? Could be an aura.
Oh no, it's an aura probably. It's just I was just checking whether it looks right if your skull glowed in the dark, but actually I couldn't tell because it would be covered in your skull covering tissue.
Yeah. Yes, my glow in the dark skull. That would be.
Oh gosh, this is nearly full. There's only tiny little bits for.
Oh wow!
For final remarks, does this look? Is this representative of any time in your life or any part of your soul, mind, or environs?
That sounds a bit psychological. I'm not sure I'd like to go there. Is this representative of my life?
Oh no, gosh, no! Please don't. No, I'm not trying to psychoanalyze. Oh gosh, last time I did a job interview. Now I'm trying to psychoanalyze people. No, I'm just wondering whether. I'm just wondering whether this was. I'm just asking you, is this any good? I can't tell.
Oh, I don't believe in good and bad.
Oh, good.
I've stopped believing in good and bad altogether.
Oh, good. I mean,
because if you look at the internet, it's full of people who more often than not are trying to say this is bad and stuff.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah. If you let go of the whole notion of good and bad, everything becomes a lot more interesting. Things can be boring or not interesting or interesting, but
yeah. Well, I mean, insulting or cruel also that does happen.
Yes.
Or I mean, it could also be kind but bad. I mean, I've definitely had kind but bad, like meals or encounters or movies I've seen. But
that's probably true. Well, but you could kind of swap in a different synonym. I think it's this thing because a culture that people are obsessed with labeling things as good or bad, or every episode of Crossroads ranked.
Oh yeah. So, I'm not very good at ranking. It's because it's like it depends on what you want to do with a thing, isn't it? It's like, what's the best pasta shape? Well, do you need to pick a lock? Like, I don't know.
Why do you care whether it's better than this one? It's this whole thing about putting things in order. I don't really understand, and that sort of obsession with judging things and scoring things, and I think that's why so much cultural artifacts at the moment are kind of perfectly competent, but so what? Competence around at the moment. It's but maybe not fun.
Yeah.
Well, there you said that's getting a bit judgmental. Is competence the enemy of fun?
Oh, I don't. Well, I have no idea. No, I would really enjoy
Me
being
neither.
competent. I really
Me
enjoy being adequate.
Mm.
That's a
Ah,
very
yeah.
good feeling. I love being adequate to the task, you know. It's like,
Oh,
wow.
absolutely.
Like, I
No, I
perfectly, like, I did this. Look, this is cool.
Mm.
This is adequate.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, that's
No,
probably
it's what is it? It's
that's probably it.
well,
It's a paper. It's full. I think we've
yeah.
done the sheets. This is probably it now. It's
Oh,
probably
good.
it now. Oh, we didn't get any guitar.
Oh, well, that's all right.
That's fine.
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
I
I
won't.
have plenty of guitar for my own purposes, and I don't want to bore other people with it.
I
This
wouldn't
is
be
the problem.
bored, but it does fit one. There.
I think this is the problem when we become slightly monomaniacal about a subject, which is that you can people say, "Oh, I'll ask him a question about guitars because he likes guitars," and it's like,
No, I wasn't gonna.
No,
I
not
just
you.
thought I
I'm
might
just
get a
sort of
free
thinking-
soundtrack. That's all.
I'm just sort of thinking about, yeah.
Maybe another time.
Maybe I
Right.
should have done a soundtrack. That would have been fun.
No. It would have been competent, and so I think
know
it's
what you
much
mean
better
about
like
that.
this. Yes. Let's not have
it's
any
so-
competence.
It's so much. No, but I know what you mean about the thing. It's nice to sort of say, "I'm going to do this," and then you do it, and then it's like, "Oh, I did that. That's good," because I was musing on the definition of professional.
Oh gosh, that really depends on what your profession is, isn't it?
No,
Like-
I mean the literal etymological one, as far as I can tell. And this could be something that I'm making up for the sake of it, so check it out. But in the same way that amateur means somebody who does something because they love it,
Yes.
professional is somebody who does what they say they will.
Oh my god, because
Which
they profess that they're gonna do it.
Precisely so. I meant the etymological definition.
Oh, I never
Which is,
noticed.
No.
That
I
is
mean,
so good.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, check it out because I do. Whenever I say anything with authority, I do encourage people to verify it for themselves because I could just have been making it up to sound
I've got to
interesting.
look that up. Right.
Yeah.
I will actually do that probably right now. Right. I think that's it. I think we've done it. I think this is finished and it glows a bit. It's mostly laser themed, and I do apologize for the terrible lighting. That just happens on ink. I've just learned something new. You can see it nicely from this angle.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, it at the other angle as well for me. I mean, the camera's dealing with the lighting.
What?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yes, that's that.
I
Oh well,
I didn't know
there we go.
before.
Right. Okay.
Strawberry in it.
Let's do that. Yeah, it's good. Good.
It has a strawberry and a prism.
Strawberry, a prism, laser, a skeleton, glows in the dark, a bear, and a spy being cut in half. So we know it's a spy.
Yeah.
We did well. Right. Well, thank you very much.
That's all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye then.
Yes.
Have a good.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.